This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Yeah, this
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Thursday, everybody. Sam Shocker on the hair.
Yes.
Especially on Friday, Junior, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But why does it have to be? Why can't Thursday just live in its own
No
glory?
thanks.
It's constantly in Friday's shadow. I don't know about that.
You know how I see colors with numbers and letters?
do, yeah.
Thursday is one of my favorites. It's a loamy, beautiful soil brown.
Tell everybody what that's called.
Synesthesia.
Synesthesia. That's so cool.
And
It's a
which
beautiful
color
color.
am I today? My aura.
Well, you're always a straw yellow mixed with a little pink, so you're like a little sorbet.
And what about Jeff?
He is a dark, dark night.
All right.
I love you, Tori.
I like when she just picks up an accent for like the first 2 minutes of a show and then it goes away. I love that.
You got
If we
it.
weren't getting paid for this, I would just leave. All right. Welcome to DBL. Ignore the first couple minutes. NSYNC is releasing their first new song in over 20 years, and I'm so excited about it. The band was a big hit at the VMAs, and the day after the show, they teased a big announcement, but it's not a tour just yet. That's my prediction. Instead, fans got to hear a few seconds of their new song, Better Place, featured in the new Trolls movie. Let's have a listen.
Just let me take you to a better place. I'm gonna make you kiss the sky tonight.
So while fans are saying, I want you back on tour, is the band just tearing up our hearts?
I think
Did
they're
you
coming
write
back.
No, it's, that's Karen. She's not here.
Yes.
She's accepting an award for
corny.
Best Writer of the Year, so she's not here right
So
now.
corny.
Yeah.
But what do we think?
Well, here's my question to you. You know boy bands better than anyone. Can boy bands reunite? Are they not just man bands now?
Or just bands.
Yeah,
Or bands, right? But can you re-get that innocence of, you know, a little JT in Atlanta? Or are they like, I have kids and we have ants in the house?
which band have you seen that reunited that wasn't older?
It's impossible
She
because of
cracks her
space and
knuckles.
time.
Thank you.
happening?
Nobody.
That
Of course
did
they're
you
older.
See what just happened?
Yeah, it was very weird.
I'm nervous.
She
I
was
was
on the
thinking-
spot and she panicked.
I was thinking
What did you do?
cracked
What did you
her
do like in
I-
class when they're like, Tori, what's the answer? And you didn't have one.
I'd be like, well, maybe what, Mom? And then I'd leave. Just kidding. I don't know. I'm just saying, can you get the magic?
Yes, I think you
Yeah,
can.
absolutely.
Name a
And I
band
think
that
they're going
got
on tour. Backstreet Boys
They did very
are crushing it,
successful last
and they
year.
still are.
Yep.
New Kids on the Block, crushing it. They actually work together. I think one of them have a residency in Vegas now. You don't think NSYNC could have a residency
Oh,
in Vegas?
I'm not saying it. I was wondering. I was begging the question: can the magic be brought back?
Yeah, bands will make
Yes.
you dance.
Okay.
You know that famous meme. Thank you, Al. You know you
Yes.
loved that. But I will say what's a little bit, and I don't know if this is me being overly sensitive to Justin Timberlake, but when I think of all the Trolls movies, you think of Justin Timberlake. He plays Branch, one of the leads.
Oh, okay.
And it's usually his voice, his songs. Is it, you brought this up yesterday, is it a sign of the times that it's not Justin Timberlake singing all the songs and instead it's NSYNC?
That's complicated.
I mean,
Well, is it a sign of the times?
What do you mean
He
is it the
doesn't have
sign of the
meaning.
times?
Does he
Yeah,
not
right.
have the star power that he did a few years ago?
Sure, but I think his star is stronger with the band at this particular moment.
Agreed.
Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
he
that
needs
too.
the pack, I think, to get his
Yes.
reputation back.
Yeah.
much
And
like
I
a
think
dog.
people want that. I don't. If Justin Timberlake went out, I'm sure he could sell out too. You know, but he's starting to make music with Timberland again. He's like kind of going back to his old roots and kind of getting that fame back. I think it's a good move on his part, and I think they're going on tour. I told you that
Are you
yesterday.
gonna go?
I-
Are you
Am I
gonna
gonna go?
text Lance Bass and be like,
I think
yo,
he's
get me
gonna leave now.
backstage?
1,000%.
You're gonna ask to go backstage?
Yeah.
Yay!
And none of you are coming because no
What?
one believed me.
We all believe
No,
it.
you
I believe
didn't.
you. Okay. Knuckles
look,
is my new nickname.
I think that song is catchy. I think that song is going to do what it's designed to do, which is catch every single generation. You can listen to that car with,
I'm
with
not
Sophie.
gonna listen to it.
But you could. It's a very, like, kind of G-rated song, but there is a little, you could play that at a club and it'd be fine.
What?
I,
Oh my God.
you don't think?
After
Dude.
all my years working in the club, we would not
Play
play
a
that
troll.
song.
But we have to grasp the concept that they're different clubs. Some are for 21-year-olds that are listening to cutting-edge music, but there are, and people forget this all the time, there's a big demographic of 37 to 51-year-olds that grew up with that music, and guess what they have? A lot of extra residual income and money to spend. They will go out and pay $150 for a ticket. They will fly to Vegas on a girls trip and go see this. So and those people also have kids. So they have a lot of money to spend, and you got the nostalgia in place. I think this has all been set up, and I think it's going to work.
Guess who just earned themselves a backstage pass?
No!
My buddy Al. Lance, we'll take 2, buddy. When you hit Denver, we'll take 2. All right. Rich men north of Richmond singer Oliver Anthony got some fans worked up over ticket prices. So his song blew up, of course, online and became a hit, especially among working class folks in America. But some of his fans got mad when his show in Knoxville, Tennessee charged $99 for tickets and another $200 for a meet and greet. Oliver posted a note on Facebook saying the concert at the Cotton Eye Joe bar was canceled. In a video, he said there was a miscommunication between himself and the venue. He said he's going forward, tickets would be more like $25 and you get free meet and greets. I'm so happy I'm so happy for his success anyway, because he's kind of has nothing. What?
Are we going to a shot?
Oh, we have a sound bite. Sorry. I just got right into it.
I think $25 tickets will cover our expenses. We'll still get enough money to pay our bills and do our crap, and we're basically going to go back to how we were going to do things before it blew up. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter whose fault is what. The fact that there's $99 tickets and we're charging $200 for a meet and greet when out of the last 4 shows we've done, 2 of them have been completely free. It's like, that's just not right for anybody.
It's like those weird 80s pictures from the mall. Where
The glamour
you're-
shots.
Yeah, and then the bigger
that
you
2 of
see
them?
her. Why
That was
was there
great.
2 of him?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole
You know
setup
what,
was
though?
weird.
Good for this guy. Every
Yes,
time
let's get
someone's
back to
tried
it.
to make a media narrative on this guy, he's been like, look, I'm not for the right. I'm not for the left. I'm for the middle. Every time they're like, well, we're going to make tickets $99, he's like, no, you're not. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. He's walking the walk, he's talking the talk, and he's banjoing the banjo right into history with some real strong American moderate
I totally
pop
disagree.
culture. Why do you disagree?
I totally disagree because it's 2023.
He's banjoing the banjo? You're just going to let that go?
Yes. Well, there was another comment we'll talk about in the break that was hilarious. But you know, honestly, I appreciate what he's doing. Sam, as a rocker chick, this is very punk rock of him.
Dude.
A lot of punk
He's
rock
right.
groups used to have like $5 tickets and wouldn't
right.
sell out.
It's very Rage Against the Machine-ish.
Here's the issue: is that he is dealing with an economy that is run by Ticketmaster that is going to be gouging him at every point. And there's going to be a point where he could be actually absolutely losing money by charging such a low ticket price because everything else has been marked up so high
But that's
around
his
him.
decision and his artistic
But you know what?
nobility.
When you have a chance to be on the public stage, you don't know if it's going to be 2 weeks or 2 years or 20 years. You got to go get your bread.
I disagree with that.
You
I do too.
I'm with
He's
Tori.
playing at the Cotton Eye Joe
Yeah.
bar. It's not like he's selling out arenas. So the fans that come to see him are his true fans. They probably can't afford
Right.
$200, $300 for a night out. He wants his fans because he's for the people, and that's what his music. And so the ticket prices should represent himself.
If you're a real folk
the
singer,
people pay for NFL tickets.
No, but if you're-
No, they don't.
The people don't
This-
pay for NASCAR.
This people,
But they're
this
not a
group
man of the people.
and his song specifically is about how they are the ones that are blue collar and that they have an issue with like the top 1%, which is really in this day and age like the majority of people, I feel like, especially in Washington.
So does Bruce Springsteen, and his tickets are 10 racks.
And he got pushback.
He got
from
a
that.
lot of bad rap
A lot
for
of
that.
pushback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people are getting fed up with like the price gouging on
Yeah,
the
it's a
tickets and things
monopoly.
like that.
And if
it's
you're a
not
real
on the
folk singer-
artist.
But it
I've always
is.
said this.
It is.
It's not on them.
Billy Joel gives all the first 2 rows for
He's a
free. He
billionaire.
buys them. But I mean, when you get to a status of like those guys, you got to start fighting against the machine. Not to take what you just said,
You
but
rage,
you
you
got to.
rage.
You got to go back against it.
Yeah.
You got to. It's out of control. A normal person. We got to go. See ya. Bye. Coming up. All right. Our interview with iconic laughing producer George Schlatter. Is that his right name?
That's right.
Okay, we're talking with
Did
him
it.
about what it was like being such a huge part of the golden age of TV. And are you a fan of the oversized outfit trend? We're talking about the looks at New York Fashion Week. Jeez.
Ay, ay, ay.
what I think.
Yeah, I don't
Hey
know
guys,
if
what
he
is the
accused
Trolls
of it.
movie about for a child-free
So
person?
good. It depends which Trolls movie you like. So I'm gonna go with my favorite one. That's Trolls: The Rock and Roll Tour, and it's about this.
familiar.
I'm not.
So Ozzy Osbourne's daughter in it, Barb,
Kelly?
Barb in the movie is a troll who wants to wipe out the whole world to just play rock and roll music. So she wants everybody to be one, and what she doesn't realize until the end of the film is that that's not a beautiful way to make people. So it's almost like this analogy of everyday life. Like different is good. People of different cultures
Diversity is good.
Yeah, and you even see like her trying to zombify like the country artists. They even have George Clinton in it and the Funkadelic, and like she goes in there and tries. You can explain, right? Am I explaining?
Did you see the
feel like it.
Trolls? He's being a troll.
Do your kids like Trolls?
Yeah, not to this point where Sam did a book report on
I
it.
mean,
but,
that was a Siskel and Ebert special.
Dude, they have good people in it. Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, it's good. The kids,
is
it's great
like the
music.
country
It's
singer
colorful,
girl.
especially for like younger kids. They love it.
Who else is in it? George Clinton's like the Funkadelic group.
But what do you think about just the idea of JT coming back to try and get his image together? Because I
He'll
think
be
with
fine in
social
the
media,
Trolls
he's been
universe.
exposed more and more. I think you could kind of get away with that when you could do a fluff piece interview
he's getting cut.
and get past
Did you see
a
it?
negative
I think
hit piece.
people are just. I think he's a.
Timberlake is the executive music producer on Trolls.
Welcome back to DBL. Some of the fashion at New York Fashion Week is getting a lot of attention, but would you wear it? So check out Tori's outfit. No, that's not bad. Check out these colorful designs that hit the runway this week. The models look like stuffed animals in their oversized dresses and pants. Made them look like it's out of felt material. Great. Then these models sporting spiky mohawks seem to get more attention than the actual clothes that they were wearing.
That's cool.
That's not cool at all.
It's editorial.
And lastly, I call this one Bell Hat. Models wearing hat in the shape of bells with eye holes in them.
That's actually a take on a cloche, if you know what that is, a type of hat back in the 40s that women would wear and sit. It's called a cloche.
What was that guy from Fat Albert that used to have the...
Mushmouth, yeah.
Right?
He wore
Isn't that his look?
That's exactly what I thought about.
That's exactly him. They stole that look from Fat Albert.
that look. You're right.
They stole
With
that.
the eye holes and everything?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Okay, and I know that fashion is like, this is meant to be over the top and then
Yes,
it's going to come back down.
avant-garde.
But I actually did like the base of the, if you could get past the hat, I actually like what they had on.
I did too, and if you go back a little bit, it's got a little 80s greed is good Wall Street look with the the menswear. If you go to the next picture, see the person sitting, it's got kind of that 80s, 40s.
I really dig that.
That's
Me too.
really cool. And again,
Very well
to
tailored.
80s, 40s?
Yeah.
But to both y'all's
What are you talking
point,
about?
this is all going to be toned down once it hits mainstream
Right.
stores.
Ready to wear.
So this is just for theatrical purposes, for us to talk about
That's
it.
right.
And then just imagine it getting narrower and narrower.
That one looked like a Teletubby.
Well, yeah.
Bring that one with the mohawk, I think. I kept looking down when I was
Let's see.
reading.
That
No,
one?
not that one.
Okay.
Well, kind of. That
What's
looks
on
like
her
a...
shoulder?
It's a bear, a teddy bear. This one I don't understand.
I will say
That could be
this.
cultural appropriation.
Talking about
the next one, yeah.
oversized clothes, though, as somebody that has a 16-year-old daughter that's very in style
Very
and has been for the
90s.
last
Yeah.
couple of years, and I'm like, yes, let's keep it bigger the better.
Yeah,
Huge
you don't want
sweatshirt.
tight.
all the young like girls in my daughter's age group, they all dress like TLC. It's like it's so interesting how the 90s came back. They all love Aaliyah. And they all have super baggy sweatpants and you
think Billie
they do show
Eilish-
the midriff, but then the big baggy kind of like 80s jeans. It's really
Did Billie
interesting.
Eilish help with that? You know how she did a lot of oversized. Was that part of it?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's just the cycle. We always see these decades, be rebirthed.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. The music is coming with it, though.
It is.
Yeah,
Would,
yeah.
would you ever think that this generation would know who Aaliyah was? I mean,
It's
she
so
passed away
cool.
fairly young.
Yeah.
20 years ago almost.
Right.
So, I mean, good on her.
Absolutely. We'll be right back.
When you check your email, you may see lots of different offers or what we sometimes call junk mail. But this email caught the eye of one of our viewers. It claims to be from Kroger and says the grocery chain is looking for secret shoppers. All you have to do is fill out the application, and if you are chosen to be a secret shopper, you can get a $400 payday. So is Kroger actually sending out emails paying people to become secret shoppers? Let's verify. Our sources, Tom Bartholomew, president of the Charlotte Better Business Bureau and the Federal Trade Commission. When we brought this question to Bartholomew, right away he told us,
definitely a scam.
he tells us the point behind the scam?
What happens after you apply is that they'll send you a check, and it's for you to go out and make these purchases at Kroger. Then they ask you to, well, okay, whatever's left, keep your $400. But then we need you to send the rest of it back to us.
Bartholomew says your bank will eventually process the check and determine it's fraudulent, and you will be out the money you sent back to the scammers. Plus, you'll be on the hook for whatever you spent at the store. The Federal Trade Commission is sending a warning to the public about this scam, and it's not just Kroger. Scammers will impersonate other big box stores, sending emails, texts, or letters offering secret shopping opportunities.
These look real. I mean, they've got the right logos, they've got the right information.
We reached out to Kroger for a statement, but they didn't get back to us in time. So we can verify, no, Kroger is not sending emails asking people to become secret shoppers. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Welcome back. George Schlatter is a true Hollywood legend, creating hundreds of hours of TV, including the era-defining hit Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Earlier, we spoke with him about his incredible 70 years in entertainment. Take a look and have a laugh.
Please welcome to the show, George Schlatter!
Hello, sir. I want to ask you something. It's a bit provocative. I want to start. Laugh-In is such a legendary and hilarious show, but the studio was kind of scared of it at first, and I wanted to ask you, what was the hardest part about convincing them to make it?
The censors were the hardest part, but they also helped make it possible, because we had such fun with the censors. We drove them crazy. They had meetings every day. And I love your discussion about what Amy said, it was below the belt, right? I've always loved the term below the belt because a lot of good stuff happens there,
That's great. George, you kind of created that term in a way. You created the first reality show. People might not know this, called Real People, back in 1979. Wow. Did you ever think that unscripted shows like that would be such a huge part of television the way they are now?
Yeah, I mean, it was born out of panic. See, good creativity comes from disaster, comes from a problem. And with Real People, they had nothing to put on the air. So we went out and we just talked to people on the street, and we found out they were more interesting than we were. Real People was a real fun show to do.
Wow. Well, we actually have something in common because before all of this, you worked at a nightclub. It was called Ciro's. Now, we all have nightclub experience. It was in Hollywood, and it's some might have called what you did being a bouncer. So how did you go from working in a nightclub to creating some of the greatest television in history?
It seems to me like an easy transition because there's great similarity in the two activities. I worked at the nightclub, and bouncer was a term I hated, and so I let it be known that I had been an executive in charge of emergency departures. Jolene thought that still sounded like bouncer, But that was all part of my colorful past before I became respectable.
I like emergency departure because it doesn't seem like you got kicked out. It seems like you're a doctor.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, an emergency
Stat.
departure.
We need to leave stat.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, we got to keep talking about this nightclub because I have to hear the story. While you were working at the nightclub, you bought a house for Sammy Davis Jr. Please explain.
Well, at that point, they would not sell a house in the Beverly Hills, the hills there, to black people. And so I went up and bought the house. I was making $200 a week. I could not afford to buy that house, but they didn't know that. So I bought the house in my name, and then Sammy moved in. And once Sammy moved into the neighborhood, it became the fun place to be.
Wow.
And but I bought the house with $200 a week.
Wow, man.
Good for
What a
you
story.
for stepping up for your friend.
Did we have some parties in that house?
So you also created many different TV specials that honored people like Frank Sinatra, Cher, Muhammad Ali. And I love this moment from a special you produced for Sammy with Gregory Hines. I just want to take a moment and rewatch this.
Putting on those
Yeah, so
Quite a moment.
what was going through your mind when a moment like this happened?
Sammy was under treatment, chemotherapy for throat cancer, and he could not be there. He couldn't even get up, but he got up. And Greg Hines did his number, and I said, go over and ask Sammy to get up. He said, I can't do that. I said, do that or I'll punch you. So he goes over to get Sammy up, shows the shoes to the audience. The audience went crazy.
Wow.
And Sammy, with a voice you could hardly hear, got up, and Greg Hines said, do you want to do a little shine on your shoes, right? And Sammy said, make it easy on yourself. And he got up and did the dance and topped what Greg was doing. And Greg
Look at that.
Look at that.
That is iconic.
Oh my
That is-
That was.
Yeah, that's
What a
television
moment.
history. To our viewers, if you want to learn more, first of all, George, thank you so much for joining us. What an honor.
Please come back.
Yes,
Oh,
please
man.
come back. We want to hear about them parties.
Parties. Oh, yeah. When you go off the air, I'll tell you the rest of the story.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. And to DBL Nation, you can pick up George's book, Still Laughing, A Life in Comedy from the creator of Laughin' Out Now. Thanks again, George. We'll be right back.
That's
We
how you do
appreciate
it.
you.
Love it.
History.
you.
History.
Ballot security is a major issue among voters. Elections officials have recently taken steps to strengthen that security, but some of those steps have created confusion. Verify viewer Mark texted us to ask whether rumors that 0 voting machines will be certified by Election Day in 2024 are true. So, Mark, let's verify. Our sources are the U.S. Election Assistance Commission, the Help America Vote Act, and the National Association of State Election Directors. Voting machines can be certified by a federal agency called the Election Assistance Commission. However, certification isn't required by federal law. States control the vast majority of election laws, even for presidential races. Many states require their voting machines to be certified by the EAC, but some don't. To be certified by the EAC, machines have to meet a set of standards called the Voluntary Voting System Guidelines and be approved by special testing labs. In recent years, the EAC has developed updated guidelines, primarily related to cybersecurity. That update appears to be the cause of the confusion. Starting November 15th of this year, all new voting machines have to meet the updated guidelines in order to get certified. But that doesn't mean machines approved under earlier guidelines are no longer certified. Any previously approved machines remain certified unless they are explicitly decertified. So we can verify, no, it's not true that 0 voting machines in the US will be certified before the next presidential election. Every state, even those that don't require EAC certification, has a procedure of its own for certifying or approving voting machines. Some even require additional testing beyond what the EAC does. And all states, regardless of their laws, are required to follow a few baseline federal regulations established in 2002, which mostly deal with basic machine functionality. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.
All right, you ready?
Do it.
I think our show's a little different. We could say what we want and go deeper than other shows can.
Our chemistry is just so on.
Sometimes I'm a little mad at my co-host, Jeff.
My co-hosts have to trust that I'm gonna bring it and be 100% all the time.
There's 0 filter with us, whether you love us or hate us or you can't stop watching us.
DBL is on.
A new study shows there's a direct relation between how much you make and how happy you are. Let's connect the dots. A salary in the ballpark of $105,000 a year is enough to make the average person happy. That number is well above the median income for folks here in the U.S., which is about $70,000. It's important to note the number depends on where you live. But studies show it's not necessarily how much you make that determines how happy you are, but rather how you spend it. Researchers say people are usually a lot happier when they spend money on things like experiences and social connections instead of material goods. Of course, money isn't the only key to happiness. In fact, no matter how much money you make, scientists agree what you use your money on is not as important as who you spend it with. And that is Connecting the Dots.
Welcome back. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out.
What do you have for us today? I'm ready to shop.
Check out this. We've got the Sassy Jones GG Luxe Kimono.
Whoa.
The duster length silhouette layers perfectly with your everyday wardrobe with style and ease. And I just want to point something out that this little top underneath is not included.
Okay.
Just the kimono, you guys. So normally this is $46, but we have it for $13.99. So that's saving 70%.
I'm going to get like 2 or 3.
And check out this. We've got the Dr. Brandt Drop of Strength Serum and Needles No More Tri-Blend Wrinkle Relaxer Cream.
Whoa.
The Drop of Strength Serum is designed to fortify your skin with just 1 drop. And the Needles No More Wrinkle Smoothing Cream also smooths expression lines, wrinkles, and firms and protects your skin. Normally, it's $174.
Little rich for my blood.
But guess what? We've got it for just $39.99.
Ooh, I like that.
That's saving 77%.
Guys, this is one of the best names in all of skincare.
And now check out this. We've got the Sunbeam Automatic Blood Pressure Monitor with voice broadcast.
Oh, no way.
This blood pressure monitor announces easy to understand, clinically tested, accurate results out loud, and you can read it clearly too on the large backlit LCD display. So normally this is $60. But we have it for just $25.99. That is saving 57%.
My mom has one of these, and it's so important that it speaks out loud. She has a hard time seeing. Brilliant choice, great price.
And then last but not least today, Tori, we have got the Pro Breeze 3-in-1 portable evaporative air cooler.
Ooh.
It's a 3-in-1 appliance that can operate as an air cooler, a cooling fan, and a humidifier.
Nice.
It's amazing, you guys. Normally it's $180. We have it, however, for $69.99. That is saving 61%.
All of them in one. That's great. So head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. Or you can even scan the QR code. It's right on screen. It will take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph.
Great stuff, Tor.
Real good, Jay.
Yeah.
But really, to be honest, that serum for the under eye I've been using, and you can see I look like decades younger.
Yeah, you do. You look fantastic.
Don't I look? Watch.
Where did you get the serum from?
From Morning Save.
Oh, so you
Dr.
took it.
Brandt. No, I bought it. I bought it.
You've been taking a lot of stuff.
I've been just trying it out.
No, you've
But then
been.
you don't bring it back.
That's called
yeah.
No, it's called stealing.
I've seen you walk out the building with a whole.
Tori's a thief. Bye.
That's not true.